Hey everybody, I'm Pastor DC from DC Real Talk. Hope you all are doing well. Forgive that haze in the background up in the corner there, but it is what it is. I want to say this real quickly. I was reviewing the live video that I did last night. When women wise up, men will either put up or shut up. And many of you were online last night watching that video, and I want to thank you for it. I was sort of going through the feed today, looking at the different things that people were posting. And I want to say this one thing. There's several women made a comment saying that they were tired and they were done with receiving instruction. They feel that things are one-sided, that all the instruction is going to the women and no one's saying anything to the men. I want to say this real quickly, because I need you to understand this. There is always something that you can learn about yourself, and there's some things that you can still learn about men. The problem is, don't worry about the men right now. The reason why we're coming to you is because you're still receiving men. And if you still receive men, that means you need to learn as much as you can about men and how we operate. If you cut yourself off from the information that you need, you're going to hurt your own self in the long run. So don't worry about the men getting their instruction. We're going at it a different way. Things are being converted now. The responsibility for you and your life and your body is put on you. It is up to you to get the education that you need in order to deal with men. You say you're tired of instruction, but you keep letting men trick you up every time. It's time for you to bear the weight of responsibility. Forget about the men. Let them account for God. They've got to account for God for themselves. You are the one. You're the guardian. You're the one that has to protect your body. How many women out there have been left with diseases, left with children, just left, abused and left? And these are the folk that are same folks that are saying, I don't need any more instruction. You talk to the men, talk to the men. Why do we have to talk to the men when you are the ones that they're going to go to, and you're the ones that you're letting the men in? So you have got to receive the instruction. Forget about the men. Let me give you an example. There was this plane crash, Air Canada plane crash in New York years ago. And what happened was they converted, it was a brand new plane, and they converted all of the gauges, the fuel gauges, to the metric system. So those that were fueling the plane were reading numbers thinking they were going by pounds, when it was actually being, the gauges were in the metrical system. So they didn't realize, they thought the plane was full, but it wasn't full. And mid-flight, all of the engines lost fuel and that plane crashed. God is switching things over, switching to another system. Instead of speaking to the men, we're speaking to the women. And if you think that you're topped off and you're fueled, that you're fully fueled, and you go to fly, I guarantee you're going to crash. There is so much more that you can learn about us men. Again, do not cut yourself off and stop saying and looking for men to miraculously change. The education, we're coming to you for you to say something and for you to be able to speak up about your own life. And the more that you do it, I guess this thing switched up on me. The more that you do it, the smarter you're going to be. So this is what you need to look at. Again, take all the education you need. We're going to pray for the men. But again, do not block yourself from receiving the information that you need. You have not learned it all. You have not received it all. You are not done with getting knowledge about how men operate. Again, be open. Okay, don't cut yourself off from the information, because I guarantee you, you're not fully fueled, and I promise you, when you go up in the air and try to fly on your own, you will crash. I guarantee you. So again, we're praying for our men. We're praying for them to learn and receive instruction. As I told you last night, it's difficult because of our nature and who we are to receive instruction. We don't want to receive instruction from men. We don't want to receive instruction from women. We don't want to receive instruction from God. We don't want to submit to God. And I'm talking in general. And it doesn't mean every man, okay? But since we don't want to receive instruction, guess who they come to? They're coming to you because they want your body. So that's a perfect opportunity to start teaching them and showing them, oh no, this is not how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. And when they come to you for your body, that's your time to teach them, because they're not going to want to hear instruction from any place else. The other problem is there are so many women out there who have not fully fueled for their flight, and they are doing all kinds of things to try to keep the plane in the air. They're sleeping with men, trying to keep the plane of the relationship in the air. They're sleeping with men, hoping that is going to fully fuel them to get to their destination. But if you sleep with a man, I'm telling you, you're putting yourself up for a bunch of hurt. You're putting yourself up for soul ties. You're putting yourself up to crash, because once they get what they get, they're promising they're going to fuel you, give you enough fuel to get you to your destination. What they're going to do is they're going to parachute out in mid-flight after they sleep with you, and the plane is going to crash anyway. So this is what you need to be able to be cognizant of and learn. So don't ever say, I've learned enough, we're tired, we got enough instruction, please go talk to the men. That's what the enemy wants you to do. Again, the fueling system has been converted to the metric system. It's time to learn the gauges on the metric system, so you understand when the plane is fully fueled, in order for you to stay up in the air on your own, and you don't rely on the lies of some men who only want your sex.